Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is E-Star Tarot, and today we're going to be doing a collective and timeless reading for this collective to see what messages our ancestors, spirit guides, and guardian angels would like to deliver to us today. Let's just see. Something coming in already. Take the first one. Seven of Scoops. So that's like the Seven of Pentacles. Look at this big ice cream. It's got all the flavors on it. It's awesome. Really want to eat it. Let's see what else we got here. So we got Seven of Pentacles. Oh, we've got the Ace of Dice as well. Yeah, I think that was it. Ace of Dice. Okay, which is the Ace of Swords as well. I'm just, oh my goodness, so quick. Very quick today. I'm going to take both these cards actually. So we have the Three of Scoops, which is the Three of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Spokes, which is the Ace of Cups. Oh, and there's a little, do you see that? There's a heart in the spoke there. I don't know if you can make that out, but it's really cute. Yeah. And I feel I should let you know that our crystal today with us is a big crystal actually. It's I always say this wrong. I think it's Anandamite, but it's orichrome. I think it's rainbow quartz or considered to be, and then Aurora quartz, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah. That is our crystal for the day. It's great for helping us have optimistic and joyful emotions, really positive emotions, especially about the future. I always use this crystal to when I'm in a sour mood, when I need to be uplifted and I need to like remember that, you know, good things are always coming towards me and the universe is always working things out in my favor. And there's just always things to be grateful for, always things to be joyful about. There's never, I mean, there's reasons to have sad moods, but, you know, when we let it affect our lives in a way that just, it sours our whole day, it's not good for us, right? So I try to remember to use that crystal when I'm in one of those moods, you know? And with us, we also have our bird totem today. So I brought that with us. Help us in this reading. Okay, so we have Seven of Scoops. I actually feel the need to look at the book for Seven of Scoops. I'm just going to see if it says anything in particular for that one. Just feeling called to today. Yeah, this one talks about pushing too hard. Are you worried that everything you're doing is will go unnoticed? So there's a fear here about maybe you don't feel like your efforts are going to something, they're going to waste. Yeah. So it encourages you to slow down and practice mindfulness in this situation. Appreciate where you are, even if it means, you know, in the show, what is it? Steve is wearing the sailor suit and he's working in the ice cream shop. He doesn't feel very, he's feeling pretty sad because he sees like other kids his age going to college and he's just working in an ice cream shop and he feels very down about, he doesn't admit it, I don't think, but he's not feeling good about his situation where he is at the moment, but actually he ends up in the perfect situation to figure out one of the big mysteries in that season actually. So it's very fortuitous that he's in the ice cream shop actually. He's right where he needs to be in the situation. Just take some of my tea here. Yeah, so you know, don't doubt yourself if you're in a weird situation where it doesn't feel very satisfying and you feel like, man, I could be doing so much more. I could be doing this, I could be doing that. Why am I stuck here? It's not necessarily a bad thing, right? You don't always see the bigger picture, right? Sometimes we have to surrender to where we're at before we get more information and we see something, you know, a greater picture of where our life is going. Sometimes we have to just wait out to see how things are going to have a significant role in our lives. Because we look back and we think, wow, if I had never gone there or if I had never done this, I wouldn't have learned these things or ended up in this place where I am now. It's easy to look back and see how things made sense, but it's hard in the moment when we're in that time to see how it's going to make sense. So just remember that if you're feeling that energy of stuckness, of feeling like things are going to waste, nothing is ever wasted in the universe. I remember I was in a point in my life where I was at this job I hated and it felt like, man, why am I still stuck here? And I always used to see a vulture. And vultures are very symbolic of, you know, everything going to use because they make sure that there's no waste, right? They're a scavenger, that's it. They're a scavenger bird and they make sure that everything that is, dead basically doesn't go to waste, right? So they're symbolic of that everything has a purpose. Everything works in a certain way. Like the universe is all connected, right? And like if we didn't have vultures around, there'd be all these like dead things rotting, right? So everything has a purpose and all your time is always to a certain end. There's never waste. There's always a certain meaning to it. And with Ace of Dice here, Ace of Swords, I get the sense that you're going to figure this out soon. You're going to figure out how it's going to make sense. And maybe you're going to get a really brilliant idea for what you can do in this situation, where you can put your skills to use and where you can make something make sense for you and work out for your favor. Because you also have the Three of Scoops here, which is the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is all about coming together with others and working on projects, collaborating, making something work that's a group effort, right? So maybe you're going to come together with the like minds as you, people that have similar ideals, similar dreams and ambitions as you, and that's going to bring you into alignment with what you need because you also have the Ace of Spokes, which is the Ace of Cups. So your cup is going to be very, filled up, and you're going to not feel that feeling of, am I going to waste here? It's going to be the opposite. It's going to feel like, wow, my cup is overflowing with abundance and spirit and inspiration and just wanting to live this life that I'm living now. So it's going to get there. It's going to progress. You just have to wait for it. Yeah. So have patience. I know it's tough, but I think you're going to really have a revelation soon about where your life is headed and where you want it to head and how you can make that happen. And you might even come together with others to, like, you might need help with that. So you might have people that you come to ask for advice about this. And maybe that'll be part of the revelation that, hey, I actually need some help with this. I actually need some advice from certain people. And maybe you'll get an idea about the right people to ask for that. And that's going to be your ticket. Your ticket out of that job you hate. I'm not sure if it's a job, but, with Pentacles, I get the sense that it might be. It's good tea. All right. I'm being drawn to Woodland Wardens, so we're going to go with that next. Let's see what... So what is this... What is this new opportunity coming in? Or what's going to be changing for you now? What? Sorry, that's the heat pump? It's getting a little buzzy, I think, because it's working hard to keep us warm. Success, yeah. Chipmunk. This is great. The laurel and chipmunk. I mean, something you're going to pursue is going to have success, and maybe you thought that you wouldn't. Like a new venture, you were feeling doubt, but you know, chipmunk is telling you actually you're going to have a lot of success with it. So don't let the fear hold you back on that, because I think you have the universe at your back for this. Yeah, being called to take one more. So what else can we expect with this new direction, this new adventure? Safety, the eel and the iris. Yeah, so here, I had to shut off my timer. The eel and the iris. This is telling me that you will feel safe to do this as well. That you'll feel a sense of security with this, that it won't make you feel like you can't. Like once this gets going, you'll feel safe in it. But I think it's mostly going to come from the fact that what you're doing, like there won't always be like guarantees, but I think it's because what you're doing will be with the right people that you're going to feel safe to do this. What you're doing is going to be, like you're going to align with the right people when you do this. Whatever this new thing is, I get the sense that it's going to be like a new job, a new project. Like a new career, a new pursuit in your life, like a life purpose that's calling to you. It's going to be something that you're going to feel much better in this, in the sense that it's going to give you that sense of security because you love what you're doing. So that even if things go awry, you're not going to feel like you made the wrong choice. It's going to feel right. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take Moonology as well. Actually, I think before that, I want to take Butterfly card. They're drawing my attention to that. We're going to go with butterflies. All right, let's see. How is this change going to affect you? Seeking and finding, yeah. I think the difference is you're going to be in a pursuit of something more for your life. Like it's not going to be the same old, same old. It's going to be that you're always going to feel a sense of like you're always pursuing something new. And I think the problem before is that you got really bored in what you were doing before. It wasn't fulfilling. You weren't doing new things. You weren't learning new things. You weren't like always pursuing something greater. Like I feel like you have to pursue something like try to level up constantly is what I'm getting. Like you want to always be advancing, and this job wasn't allowing you to advance, or this life purpose you were in wasn't challenging you. And you want to be someone that's challenged. You want, in a good way, like you want to be pursuing in the state of pursuit with it. But you're going to do that now. Like I think you're also trying to find what suits you. Like what is your calling? You're trying to find your calling, and it's also something about finding out what's inside of you, like what's inside your own soul's calling. And that's what's going on here, is this, you're on that journey to find that. And it might be a thing where you you get into different things for a while. Like you might get into something that you think is what you want, but then it's going to lead you to the next thing that is what you're really called to. So there might be a period where you're kind of testing things out, seeking and finding out things about yourself as you go along. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to do Moonology. Wanted me to get that butterfly card first. Yeah, so what are we finding? What are we trying to find? A Win-Win Alchemist forecast. Full moon in Libra. Yeah, you want to have your like wish fulfillment. You want You want to have it all. You want to have security, you want to have, like, financially and emotionally, and you want to have that sense of like you're helping your community. You want to give back to society in a way that also gives to you. Like, I think it's like, say if you are producing kind of like a type of art form, you want that art form to be fulfilling you as you go about it and making you, get better and better as an artist, but you also want what you put into your art to teach humanity, to help humanity to advance, to learn, to grow. So you have a very balanced approach to things. You want to be giving to others as well as yourself as you go. Which is a very noble pursuit. That's a great way to approach it, right? Because often when we want to give out that energy, the energy will return to us, right? It's a good way to interact with the universe. It likes that. So, it's a good thing to pursue, and it's great to want to help humanity, because humanity needs a lot of help. We need a lot of teaching and learning, and yeah, there's a lot of drama going on Earth right now, but I think it's going to be, I don't know, I feel like this age of Aquarius coming in, we're going to be heading in the right direction, even though things seem dark sometimes. Like, it's just like that death rattle of the old world, It's not going to go easy, but it is going to end up better, I think. It's just gotta, we've got to make it happen, right? We have to go through the motions of it to create that reality. I think these generations now they're part of that. They usher in the age of Aquarius. It's a, honorable role, but gosh, is it tough. So, pat yourself in the back. Do we want crystals? Actually, we're going to take the Ostera deck. Keep reaching for decks, and then it's the other deck they wanted you to take, so I guess we're just going with it. Yeah, Ostera. I haven't used this deck in a while. Let's just see here. So what kind of role are you playing? This new age. Daffodils. The whispers that inspire are shifting towards you in a melody of creative blooms. Yeah. And this person here, they're with other people. Just like Three of Pentacles, there's 3 people. How interesting. Number 10. Sorry about that. That's the heat pump. Might have to move my location if it's, gonna stay pretty loud. Hopefully it doesn't bother you too much. I think that this is talking about you getting your inspiration now. And I think your inspiration is also going to come from other people that you collaborate with. I think maybe you've been a little resistant to that, but you're actually going to get a lot out of it if you open yourself up to that. So, and maybe you're a little shy, maybe you're a little protective of your ideas and what you want to create, but I think actually if you trust, you're going to feel a little more inspired. This is not a warning, but a caution for what lingers. Yeah. Caution for what lingers. So sometimes we can have old wounds that trip us up, right? Things that want to hold us back. So there is a warning there not to let that, let it don't let yourself self-sabotage in this situation, right? Keep an open mind. Yeah. And be aware of your own fears that might be affecting you right now. Because maybe even like the eel, you want to stay locked up in safety. You want to feel secure, and that might prevent you from jumping on these opportunities that are coming in for you. But, your guides are saying, don't let that hold you back, because we're gonna help you. We're gonna make sure this works out for you. And if you have trouble with protecting your your heart, trying to protect your soul, I'm hearing your I think, if there's been some sort of spiritual poison going on, spiritual attack, it's like you might be on in protective mode. You might just be trying to keep yourself safe constantly in a way that's a little bit I'm hearing neurotic. But yeah, don't be held back by that. There's new connections for you now that could really help you along if you allow them. If you allow yourself to be known. Yeah. That might be it. You might be trying to keep yourself hidden, keep yourself safe in a way that no one can reach you, so that nothing ever happens to you again. But if that is the case, then you're not going to move very far forward, right? So be aware of that, and be aware that you do want this new opportunity. You do want your life to change for the better. So you might have to take a little risk, which it's not going to really be a risk. It just feels that way because you're used to security, right? So yeah, just be aware of that. Let's take a crystal now. That one? Lepidolite. 32. 32 is a 5 when you break it down. 5s are all about change. Big change, positive changes that come in for us. I'll just put that right there. Yeah. And I'm also going to get one more crystal card as well. Any other crystal advice for us? Raw Morganite. Yeah. Be raw. Be open and emotionally vulnerable. Because you're going to have to learn to be comfortable with that a little more if you want new opportunities to come in for you. And Lepidolite, I think, is about organization a bit. Yeah, sorting things out. Let me just glance in the book, actually, because there's a lot of crystals in this deck, and it's hard to remember them all. Yeah, Lepidolite. Simplification. Yeah, manageability, organization, one task at a time are the keywords. So we have that next to the 7 of Scoops, which talked about, working yourself too hard. You might be trying to do it all. And that might be what the 3 of Scoops coming in is about. Like, maybe you have to delegate a bit. Maybe that's what bringing in others is about. Like, maybe you need a little bit of help sometimes to take off some of the workload, but also to make things easier on yourself. Because sometimes when we ask people things, ask for advice, ask for help, it can just shorten the work process so much. Like, it simplifies things. Yeah, like simplification. when we can ask others for help, ask them for advice, we can move forward easier when we ask people who are specialized, right? Because sometimes if we're very independent as well, sometimes feel like we have to do it all. So we end up, if we need something new in our life, we have to learn all about that one thing. And it can really slow things down. But if you are willing to ask someone else for advice, sometimes that can really shorten that process of getting where you want to go, right? But it's hard because if we're in a state of hyper independence, which comes from, having trauma, having, trust issues, especially with people that have hurt us, we often just want to do it all ourselves because it feels so much safer and easier, right? Safety. But we have to trust, right? We're community creatures. We have to, at some point or another, we have to rely on others. So I think that could be, something worth considering. If you want things to be a little bit quicker as well. Because, if you do it all on your own, it might take a while longer, right? I'm going to just end here with some Luna Lapwing cards. So what can we say is going to happen for the near future in this situation? Justice, yeah. The universe is giving you your justice. For, maybe you've had a rough go of it. And this is your compensation. Maybe because those people have been rough on you. Oh my gosh, we got 7 of Pentacles again. Just in a different deck. That bunny is working hard on his garden. But the energy with this feels like this is a much more relaxed 7 of Pentacles. This is a more satisfaction here. Your work is going to be way more satisfying. Like this ice cream is delicious, but it's also overwhelming. It's a lot. There's almost too many flavors going on. But this feels like, no, you're gonna feel comfortable with what you're doing. It's still gonna be a lot, but it's gonna be more organized. It's gonna be more manageable. And maybe it's gonna be a lot more peaceful activity, like scooping ice cream versus and working in a shop that's maybe really busy versus working in a garden, right? 2 very different vibes. So maybe that's how things are going to shift for you as well. Maybe the type of work is going to be a lot better. And look, we got 9 of Pentacles here. That sense of abundance also in the garden again. But you feel that deep sense of satisfaction where you're just appreciating nature and beauty. And you're beautiful too, because you feel that sense of just joy. Joy and freedom. Yeah. Very happy in the garden. Maybe some gardening would do you good too. I know it calms me down, although it's not the season for it right now. I don't know if you're in the northern hemisphere, but right now it's going into winter, and I don't know, we recently got a lot of snow, so it's definitely not the time to garden. But you can always do stuff with indoor plants, if you really wanted to. But I think the metaphor here is more that, actually, this might be to do with the spring. Yeah. Maybe a lot of this is going to take place in the spring. I'm getting that pretty strongly. Yeah, so the winter might be a time for rest. Because winter is all about that. It's all about quiet, reflection, going inward, right? So maybe that time of peace in the winter is a good time to reflect on what it is you are seeking, right? What is it that you're trying to find within yourself? What kind of dreams do you want to build? What kind of future do you want to build? Maybe this is that time to look at that and really examine that. Simplify and, fill your days with less and make it so you can actually focus on the things you want, the important things, the things that should take priority for you. Yeah. Okay, I think that's the end of the reading. So if you like the reading and it helped you out, first of all, thank you for staying to the end. And if you want, you can like the video or subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more videos. And leave a comment if you want to share how this reflected your story or how this resonated with you. Yeah, and other than that, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. All right, take care.